The relationship between Vladimir Putin and Recep Tayyip Erdogan is like a complicated game of chess where every move has global consequences. What we're seeing now between these two leaders is unprecedented, especially after the fall of Bashar al-Assad's regime in Syria, an event that has shaken the foundations of Russian power in the Middle East and has revealed the cracks in this complex alliance. Putin has always seen Erdogan as a necessary but unpredictable ally, like that friend who can help you one day and betray you the next.
This dynamic has defined their relationship for years, but recent events have taken tensions to a new level.
Erdogan's decision to support the rebels who overthrew Assad is more than just a political difference. It's a declaration of strategic independence that has left Moscow in a vulnerable position. The fall of the Syrian regime was not just a change of government. For Russia, it meant the loss of a crucial ally in a region where its influence has historically been significant.
When the so-called defenders of democracy and freedom arrived in Syria, Turkey did not hesitate to side with the rebels, providing critical support that eventually led to the fall of Assad.
This move left Moscow licking its wounds, facing one of its biggest diplomatic defeats in years. The complexity of this relationship extends far beyond Syria. For years, Putin and Erdogan have maintained a dynamic that could be compared to a dangerous dance where each step must be carefully calculated. They cooperate on crucial economic aspects. The natural gas trade, which has made Turkey a strategic energy hub, Russian tourism, which represents a significant source of income for the Turkish economy, and massive infrastructure projects, including a nuclear power plant built by Russia on Turkish soil.
These collaborations not only strengthen their economies but also create an interdependence that both leaders use to balance their geopolitical interests.
However, this economic cooperation contrasts sharply with their opposing positions in several regional conflicts.
In Libya, Turkey and Russia have backed opposing factions in the civil war.
In the Caucasus, Turkey's support for Azerbaijan in the Nagorno-Karabakh conflict in 2023 represented another blow to Russian interests in its backyard. These tensions reached a boiling point in 2015, with Turkey shooting down a Russian military aircraft, an incident that brought bilateral relations to the brink of collapse.
Moscow's response to the plane incident was blunt: economic sanctions that threatened to destabilize the Turkish economy.
However, Erdogan's subsequent apology and Putin's decision to support him during the 2016 coup attempt demonstrated the pragmatic nature of their relationship.
The war in Ukraine has added new layers of complexity to this relationship.
Erdogan has executed a masterful balancing act, positioning himself as a mediator between the West and Russia while simultaneously providing military support to Ukraine. This duality characteristic of Turkish foreign policy is evident in seemingly contradictory decisions. Turkey is a member of NATO, but buys S-400 air defense systems from Russia. It maintains close economic ties with Moscow while criticizing its actions in Ukraine.
Turkey's role as an economic bridge for Russia during Western sanctions has been crucial.
While Europe closed its doors to Moscow, Turkey kept its open, becoming a vital escape route for the Russian economy.
This role has allowed Erdogan to increase his influence with both the West and Russia, although it has also placed him in an increasingly precarious position. The Kurdish question represents another volatile element in this equation.
For Turkey, the PKK, the Kurdistan Workers' Party, and the Syrian YPG are considered existential terrorist threats.
Putin, aware of this sensitivity, could decide to use the Kurdish card as leverage over Ankara.
Russian support for Kurdish forces, even if limited, could create serious problems for Turkish national security and further complicate Turkey's relations with its Western allies.
The Russian military bases in Tartus and Latakia represent another point of friction. These enclaves are crucial for the Russian military presence in the Mediterranean.
I am determined to maintain these bases even after the fall of Assad.
Russia's ability to negotiate with the new Syrian leaders while maintaining these strategic facilities demonstrates its reluctance to abandon its influence in the region.
Erdogan, known for his political astuteness and his ability to play on multiple fronts, seems to have calculated that he can handle the consequences of his actions.
However, history teaches us that underestimating Putin can be a costly mistake.
The Russian leader has a long memory and a tendency to collect on political debts at the most opportune moment.
The implications of this tension extend far beyond bilateral relations.
They affect European energy security, stability in the Middle East, the future of NATO, and the global balance of power.
Erdogan's ambition to see Turkey as a member of the European Union adds another layer of complexity to this situation, as any excessive rapprochement with Russia could jeopardize these aspirations.
The future of this relationship is uncertain but crucial for regional stability.
Putin, known for his strategic patience and his capacity for cold calculation, is probably planning his response carefully.
The options at his disposal are varied, from economic pressure to military maneuvers in areas sensitive to Turkey to tacit support for Kurdish groups.
The question is not if there will be consequences for Erdogan's actions, but when and how they will manifest.
In the complex game of geopolitics, betrayals come at a price, and Putin has a well-earned reputation for not forgetting slights.
Erdogan's ability to navigate these turbulent waters while maintaining the balance between his multiple alliances will be put to the test in the coming months.
This relationship, both toxic and necessary, will continue to be a determining factor in international politics. With Putin, known for his long memory and his capacity for calculated revenge, and Erdogan, famous for his unpredictability and his skill in political maneuvering. The next chapter of this story promises to be as fascinating as it is decisive for the future of the region and the world order.